Hello, I am Kevin John, and thank you for tuning in to this ABC 10 special on the Sacramento Kings Summer League journey. Now, in this special, we will hear directly from Kings players, see game recaps, and preview what we can expect from the Kings this upcoming season. All right, let's get started. Las Vegas. Now, NBA Summer League will be taking over Sin City for the next week and a half, and that includes the Sacramento Kings, who are looking to keep their momentum going after going undefeated in the Cali Classic. Yep, I guess you could say the Kings are feeling a bit confident after going a perfect 3-0 in the Cali Classic last weekend. But this time around, the Kings won't have home court advantage. Of course, Vegas Summer League brings a lot more competition because this is where all the big dogs will be. Now, don't get it twisted, the Kings have their fair share of big dogs as well. Kings top pick Darius Acup Jr. averaged 23 points over 2 games in the Cali Classic. And second round pick Emanuel Sharp gave us a little taste of what he can do behind the three-point line. And listen to this. First round pick Alex Caravan is set to make his debut tonight after missing the last week due to an injury. And for general manager Scott Perry, he's expecting to see a lot from this roster over the next week.
Just want to keep going, see that cohesiveness come together. It's just an important part for us, and what we're trying to establish here is that connectivity and that togetherness at both ends of the floor. So I just want to see growth in both areas.
So the Kings have a late tip-off tonight, 8 o'clock. But then again, it's Vegas. No one sleeps out here. Also, Chris Thomas should be happy to know that Beyonce is playing on the speakers right now inside the arena. Yes, I'm hanging out here on the concourse of Thomas and Mack Center. This is the headquarters for NBA Summer League in Las Vegas. And check this out. This right here is what every team is trying to win, the official Summer League championship trophy. Now, we all know that Summer League brings out all the teams, all the coaches, all the scouts, all the ex-players, but it also brings out thousands of fans from all over the world. And wouldn't you know, I ran into some Kings fans who made the trek from Sacramento to be here in Sin City to cheer on the Kings.
I put being a Kings fan on my resume because I'm resilient. Yeah, so it's just resilience, man. We're crazy. We're basketball sickos.
Let me put it this way. In June, Kings in the finals, Kings in 4. Darius is a bright light. We've been waiting for him for a long time. The rest of the guys, too, the rest of the young rookies, we're excited about them, plus all the second-year guys. Like I said, Kings in 4.
So the Kings are going 4-0 in the NBA Finals. You know, how about the Kings just make the playoffs first? You know, you got to crawl before you walk. Now, speaking of the Kings, their practice for today was canceled, but they are right back at it again tomorrow, and then they play their next game on Sunday. And, of course, I'll be covering all of that over the next couple of days. In the meantime, I smell some cotton candy coming from one of the concession stands, so I'm going to run over there. Well, they say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. But let's just hope the Kings bring these skills back to Sacramento, because they sure were impressive in their first game in Sin City last night. Great crowd on hand inside of Thomas and Mack Center to check out the nightcap. Plenty of Sacramento Kings fans in attendance, but the Los Angeles Clippers also brought their cheering section as well. Kings first-round pick Alex Caravan making his debut, and let's just say it was rough. Caravan was 0 for 6 on the night with 0 points. We'll pick this one up just seconds into the game. Dylan Cardwell wastes no time getting busy. Watch him get on up for the jam. Cardwell was a monster on the night. Later in the quarter, grab your Lysol wipes because this play was filthy. Darius Acup Jr. goes behind the back, stops and pops. Ooh-wee! Now, we all know Acup can score the ball, but can we appreciate his passing as well? Here he drops a dime to Dylan Cardwell and one. Cardwell had 15 points and 9 rebounds on the night. Acuff had 19 points and 7 assists. Emanuel Sharp had a game-high 21 points. The Kings outscored the Clippers 26-17 in the third quarter, and they hang on to win this one 91-85. The Kings are now a perfect 4-0 in Summer League play. Now up next for the Kings, they take on #1 overall draft pick A.J. Debonsa and the Washington Wizards on Sunday. Well, this is the place to be this weekend, beautiful Las Vegas. Thousands of people are here this weekend for one thing. No, not the Conor McGregor fight. No, not the Mary J. Blige concert, but to see the Sacramento Kings in NBA Summer League action. Now, the Kings haven't played a game since Thursday, but they've been getting busy in the lab the last few days. Now, here's a look at the Kings practice on Saturday. So far, things have been great for the Kings. They've gone a perfect 4-0 in Summer League play, including the Cali Classic, and 1-0 here in Las Vegas for Summer League. Now, Kings second-year player Maxime Reynaud recently joined the Kings a couple of days ago as he was playing with the French national team.
I'm just excited to play with our team. Vibes are good, especially for the returners. Obviously, Nick, Dylan, Zay, even Adam that worked out a little bit with us.
Now, one of the Kings Summer League players is Elias Ralph. He played his college ball in Stockton at the University of Pacific. He has yet to play in a game during Summer League for the Kings, but he's ready to go if and when his number is called.
Either way, this is an amazing experience for me. So I'm not going to sit here and pout that I'm not playing. Like, I know the situation I'm in. So I'm taking everything, just being grateful for everything. And when that opportunity does come, just making sure I'm ready.
And of course, some Kings players wanted to lighten the mood, like Dylan Cardwell, when he hilariously interrupted my interview with Emanuel Sharp. Do you feel that defensively you're a bit underrated?
He is very underrated defensively. This is the best defender in the draft class. This is my boy right here, the dog.
Dylan Cardwell for president. Now up next for the Sacramento Kings, they take on the Washington Wizards, and of course, I will be covering that game. In the meantime, I gotta go. I got a meeting with the Backstreet Boys. Apparently, they're looking for a background dancer, and they're doing a residency in the Sphere right behind me. So, wish me luck. Well, there's one golden rule in Las Vegas. You can't win them all, whether on the blackjack table, the slot machines, or right here on the basketball court. Now, coming into Sunday's game, the Sacramento Kings were a perfect 4-0 in Summer League play, including the Cali Classic. And that's until they ran into those Wizards of Washington. Thomas and Mack Center was jumping on Sunday night, and best believe there were quite a few Kings fans in attendance. Also in the building, Domantas Sabonis and Kings general manager Scott Perry. Sacramento taking on #1 overall draft pick A.J. Debonsa and the Washington Wizards. And check this out, Maxime Reynaud is back from France and playing in his first Summer League game. And Max was balling in this one. We'll pick this one up in the opening seconds. Darius Acuff Jr. goes right to work and gets the and one. Relatively quiet night for the 7th overall pick. Acuff was 4 of 14 from the field for 12 points. Now later in the first, a little bit of history. First round pick Alex Caravan connects on his first field goal as a Sacramento King. That was his only bucket. Granted, he shot the ball just 3 times on the night. The story for the Kings was Maxime Reynaud. The big man had a team-high 20 points to go along with 12 rebounds on an efficient 7 of 15 from the field. Kings led by 6 at the end of the first, and it was all downhill from there. The Wizards outscored the Kings 36-17 in the second quarter, and Washington really started to blow this one out in the fourth. Sacramento drops their first game of the summer, losing this one 104-85.
That was a tough one. I've talked the last couple of games about our discipline, and I think when you play a team that's that talented, some of the ticky-tack fouls and the turnovers, they're going to cost you. And so, we were still resilient. We tried to go on a couple of runs, but it just wasn't enough tonight. But still proud of the group and the way they competed.
So up next for the Kings, they take on the Brooklyn Nets on Tuesday, right here.
Just trying to be more efficient. I don't know what's going on, but I'm trying to get my assists up for sure, getting those guys involved. They're great players, but as long as we keep getting the win, it's good for us. No, I'm critical.
Yeah. How much does it bother you?
A lot.
You still improving 4-0. I know you talked about how winning is all that matters with you. Is that kind of the carrot there that you can kind of take away?
Yeah, as long as we got the win, I'm good for sure. But just want to work on my game more for sure. But as long as we got the win, Emanuel played, great again tonight. I think that's his third game in a row. He's been, in my opinion, our best player. So everything, Dylan, those guys. I think Dylan might have had a double-double. Neek playing good down the stretch. J-Mo's been playing great. So everybody's just playing great. So definitely want to, pick that up with them.
Is the shooting, the turnovers, what is the most thing that you're most?
What you think?
I would imagine it was the shooting, but the turnovers down the stretch, I couldn't tell.
Whatever you say, yeah.
Well, one of the things your coach was just talking about was just the way that you guys made adjustments in the second half. He said he was very proud of your effort. You guys stopped fouling so much, et cetera, et cetera. What was the key as players, do you feel, that allowed you to buy into what he was saying and come out and, finish the job?
Yeah, just turn the pressure back up. I think we turned it down a little bit, got away from the game. Just down the stretch, I think we got to be better. I got to be better too, as a point guard, but we got to be better, extending that lead down the stretch. I feel like we keep losing the lead a little bit, so just trying to get that right for sure.
At the start of the game, defensively, you're picking up 94 feet, blowing up screens. Wanted to take the matchup. I know how competitive you are. Was it a personal a little bit playing in this game and this matchup that you had today?
Yeah, for sure. That's how you got to play it. Like you said, just trying to turn up defensively for sure. But every matchup I take is personal, probably for sure.
You have yet to lose a game as a member of the Sacramento Kings. How much better do you think this team can be if you guys clear up those little mistakes and things and whatnot? What's the potential that this squad can be?
I think they doing their job. I think it's me. We gotta. If I play better, I think we would be winning by a lot more points. So I think those guys are doing their job. They're playing great. I got to be better on both ends on the floor, especially as the point guard. But I say, if anything, making sure we stay connected off the court so we can just keep getting more wins for sure.
How's it been for you? Game one, you get blitzed, you get picked up 94 from the start. You've probably seen every coverage over these last 3 or 4 games. How's it been for you just getting more comfortable? You start to see your assist reads and just you being comfortable starting to improve each and every game.
Yeah, I think quarter by quarter each game I get more comfortable, I would say. I think the first game I was a little sped up, slowed down in the second half. The second game started, good from the start, slowing down. And then this game, I think my passing was probably the best it's been. So I think just trying to improve on, everything each game for sure.
What was it like having Alex Carroll back there?
It was great. He's always open. He knows where to be every spot. So it was great to see him out there again. He got everything in his bag. So just seeing him playing with him for the first time, it was great for sure.
One of the guys said speed and physicality has been some of the biggest things they've noticed today in these games. Did you notice that out there? Speed is a little different, physicality is a little different?
Yeah, every game for sure. Speed definitely different, physicality different, but that's what you make it here for. So it's good.
I felt it right. I mean, obviously my first game back in the States, so I got to get in a little bit better shape. Overall, we put some good sequences together, but we didn't put 40 minutes together, so that was our issue. I mean, it didn't mean much, honestly. There was room for so much more. I missed Lily layups. I gave up offensive rebounds. There was room for like 28 and 17, and I mean, it was not up to my standard. And then I guess we just played together, honestly. We're able to attack downhill a little bit, find some extra passes. Shots were getting in, so yeah.
You talked about what it would be like to play with Darius, but what was it like to actually go out there and play with him?
It was good. I mean, he's very talented. Obviously, I think it's really hard for him to have the whole defensive scheme oriented around him, right? They were trying to deny every pass back. They were trying to deny every wide screen, every handoff. So it's a little bit hard to get him going when that happens. But he's extremely talented. He showed it on some sequences. He was able to create for others, create for us, create for himself. I think it's just going to be positive as we move forward. I hope we can all learn from this game and move on.
You've been pretty self-critical in yourself. What has it been like in the huddle with you guys?
Very similar. I think he's a hard worker. I think he cares about basketball. He's just a true hooper. He knows when he's doing great. He knows when he's not doing as great. He doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low. He's very consistent with the way he approaches things. I think it's a very good quality for a point guard and for a rookie. But once again, he's one of the most talented guys we drafted, so I'm not worried about him.
It looked like this game was really shooting was for you had the opportunity. Is that something this year that maybe we're going to see a little more emphasis on from you when you have those opportunities, or is that?
Yeah, definitely. I was also able to play the 4 a little bit more tonight. Was dealing at the 5, so naturally put me in position where I get a little bit more shot on that end. Yeah. I mean, well-rounded. I'm happy that he got his first Summer League points today. He also makes a lot of winning plays. Obviously, I don't know if he shows in the box score, but his activity on the offensive board, I think that's what opened some rebounds for Dylan and I, even for himself, actually. He tried to guard. He communicates a lot. And, I mean, he's able to be a good shooter to get downhill as well. So, as always, we've only been together for 5-6 days. Me personally, only 2. But I'm pretty sure as we spend more time together, it's going to be good for him. I mean, talented player. Everything was kind of running through him. We try to be a little bit more aggressive on the ball when he had it towards the second half. Not necessarily trapping him, but being heavy in the gaps. I think he struggled a little bit more with that, but overall, very talented player. Yeah.
You mentioned obviously this is your second time here. I know you've only been here a few days, but do you come into this with the mindset of trying to help out those first-year guys?
I mean, trying to help out those first-year guys and also dominate myself. Obviously, I had a good season last year. I want to confirm, and then. As I talked a lot with Scott, we're trying to have a younger team. We're trying to rebuild around those guys that we just drafted. So naturally, we want to be a leader for them. We want to be able to show them the right thing to do, having the right frame of mind. I think I didn't do my best on that today. I think I got to do better for the rookies, but also for the team as a whole. And hopefully they can help us.
Do you have an idea of what the remaining schedule looks like for you yourself? Do you have any idea of what the remaining schedule looks like for you and playing time? Do you want to continue out every game the rest of the schedule?
I'm going to be honest, I have no idea what the schedule is looking like. I don't even know what I have for dinner tonight, but I'm here to play basketball and get better.
That was a tough one. I've talked the last couple of games about our discipline, and I think when you play a team that's that talented, some of the ticky-tack fouls and the turnovers, they're going to cost you. And so, we were still resilient. We tried to go on a couple of runs, but it just wasn't enough tonight. But still proud of the group and the way they competed. I'm sure that probably had something to do with it. I still, like I've said before, it's about us, and I think our execution wasn't as crisp as we wanted it to be. We weren't creating those advantages in pick and roll. Didn't get shots to fall, but at the end of the day, they're a great team, and they definitely have a lot of length out there and disruptors defensively, so credit to them. Yeah, I thought Max was aggressive. Like I said, I think he would blend in with our group well. I think there's still room for him to improve as well, but overall, I thought he played hard and tried to fit in with the group.
So they weren't creating the advantages the way you wanted. I guess, what are the differences in how you would like to see that executed?
Yeah, I just think, we've talked about getting these hits on screen so that Darius has space to play. I thought there was too many times that he had a lot of bodies in front of him in size, and with our bigs, Max, Dylan, and Mogbo, I think they can hit and get advantages. And then again, Darius is going to command so much attention, they're probably going to be the ones to benefit from it at the end of the day. But it's on me to put them in spots where they feel comfortable creating those advantages. So we'll look to improve tomorrow.
How did you see that matchup go, and what do you think?
Yeah, I thought he competed hard. He tried to get into the ball, tried to send him one way. I just thought when he got to the paint, and again, it's hard to keep him out of there. Again, we were just reaching, and that's where I wanted our discipline to be a little bit tighter, force him to be a contested jump shot maker. We know he can make those, but those are the shots we'd rather live with than him getting to the line as much as he did.
Pretty on par tonight. What have you seen just from the growing chemistry since Max has joined the team with Darius?
Yeah, I think those guys are so talented offensively. The more they play together, they're really going to be a special combination. Tonight, I thought it looked pretty good, and again, we'll try to continue to build off of that. But with just 1 or 2 days of work together, I thought that was a good start for those guys offensively.
And Lee, obviously he was on the AD a lot tonight, but he also offensively showed up. How is he kind of growing into being a really good two-way player?
Yeah, defensively, like I talked about, I thought he was getting into the ball, trying to dictate the action, which direction it was going. He wanted the matchup, he wanted that challenge. And then offensively, I thought he played closeouts very aggressively. Obviously, he made some threes tonight, but even when he was handling a pick and roll, he was able to find his way to the paint. So that's the Nick that we want to see, being aggressive on both ends of the floor.
Alex Caravan, got his first field goal in this game. How good was that for you to see that from him? And what have you been telling Alex throughout this process?
Oh, I'm just telling Alex to play his game. Like, again, maybe last game he didn't make shots, but like we know he's a high-level shot maker. He's a high-level connector. Again, one of those guys that can create advantages with his cutting ability, some of his go screens. So he's just going to keep getting better and better the more that he's with us, you know. I have no idea. I don't know. We'll talk about that tonight and tomorrow. But I've said it before. I think we have a deep team. So, you know, I don't think these guys are just going to lay down after one loss. We'll continue to compete. Yeah, he's a guy that doesn't need a play called for him. He doesn't need a certain action. Like, he's really good at reading the floor, reading the spacing on the floor. Very smart defender. It's probably on me that I can put him in spots to be more aggressive. But overall, I think he's a guy that just impacts the game, you know, again, without any direct action. Like, he's almost like a coach on the floor just with the way he sees the game and the spacing on the floor.
Pretty much everyone I've spoken to, whether it's your teammates, coaches, media that follows the Kings, everyone is singing your praises with what you've done throughout Summer League thus far. How does that make you feel?
I mean, it's solid. You know, I'm new coming in here, so I'm just trying to, you know, find my way, connect with my teammates, and you know, carve out a role for myself, and just listen to my coaches. So, you know, I'm just, you know, taking that head on with, you know, a great mindset and positivity. So it's working out.
Do you feel that since you were drafted in the second round, you have a little bit of a chip on your shoulder, seeing that you could have been a first-round pick as well?
I mean, I think I do have a chip on my shoulder, but I don't think it's new. You know, I feel like I've had that since high school. You know, I've always been kind of under the radar, but, you know, I like it that way. You know, I'd rather be that way. You know, I don't take it personal or anything like that. You know, it's a lot of great players in this class, so, you know, I'm blessed to be taken in the second round by the Kings because, you know, that's what was meant to happen. So, no, I don't think I, you know, wish I would have gone in the first round. You know, I think I'm right where I need to be. So, yeah, I'm blessed.
You said that was meant to happen. When you reflect back on your journey before coming to Houston and everything that you've been able to do, what do you feel is the most remarkable part of your journey to get to this point right here?
Probably me breaking my leg. I think that was the most remarkable part because, you know, once that happened to me, it kind of changed the trajectory of my career and what was going to happen. You know, I ended up not having a senior year of high school. I ended up graduating early and going to Houston. So I think, you know, if that didn't happen, you know, I don't know what would have happened with my recruitment, where I would have gone. So, you know, just being able to come back from that and, you know, make my way through, you know, Houston's roster, you know, and becoming the main guy there, you know, it just speaks to my, you know, ability to get through adversity and push through. So, you know, I think that's probably one of the most remarkable things I've done.
Your ability to overcome adversity and your mental fortitude is definitely inspiring. Where does that come from?
I think it's just my parents. You know, they've kind of, you know, they raised me that way. You know, I have two great parents. You know, my mom's great. My dad's amazing. And then going to Houston, I kind of just reinforced it, you know, being under Samp and that whole coaching staff. You know, that's the whole thing is, you know, mental warfare and putting you through the ropes, putting you through, you know, trial and error, a lot of adversity. And it's not just me, it's anybody that goes through there. You know, they put you through that and it, you know, it brings out the best in you. So it was a blessing, you know, but, you know, a combination of my parents and, you know, the Houston program.
Now, has it always been a dream for you to make it to the NBA? And seeing that you've been able, if it is that dream, you've been able to make that come to fruition, you know, how do you describe that?
I mean, it's a great feeling. It's definitely something, you know, I dreamed of, you know, since I was a kid. But I feel like it's like that for a lot of basketball players. You know, that's the main goal. You know, it's the best league in the world. So it's a blessing to be here, and I'm excited to, you know, continue working and move my way up.
Now, a lot has been said about your ability to shoot the ball. We know your three-point percentage at Houston. We know all the records that you broke there. But what has been really encouraging, shall I say, with your game is your defense. And Maxime was just talking about he enjoyed watching you fly for loose balls in Thursday's game. You know, when you look at what you've been able to do as a two-way player thus far, do you feel that defensively you're a bit underrated?
He is very underrated defensively. This is the best defender in the draft class. This is my boy right here, the dog.
What's not to love about Dylan Cardwell?
Yeah, that's my guy. I love Dylan. Great energy. But yeah, you know, whether it's, you know, it's underrated or overrated or, you know, rated just right, you know, it doesn't really matter to me. You know, I'm gonna continue to go out there and, you know, play my game and play my defense. So as long as, you know, it helps my team and my teammates win and my coaching staff, you know, I don't really care, you know, what others think about it, you know, whether they love it or whether they don't like it. You know, it's going to be there regardless. So, yeah, I just play my game.
What is one thing about you that most Kings fans do not know or NBA fans know generally that you would like to share?
I don't know. I feel like everything that's needed to be known about me is already known. You know, I got some fun facts, but I don't think it's anything that they don't know about me.
Which players did you look up to growing up or even look up to now? And is there a particular player you model your game after?
I think it's, you know, two different players for that. You know, growing up, I watched, you know, I loved Tracy McGrady and Paul Pierce. Those were two of my favorite players growing up. But, you know, as I've realized that that's not the type of player I was going to be, you know, I kind of tried to model my game after guys that play defense, like I've said before. You know, Lou Dort, Drew Holiday. You know, I was watching what Jared McCain did in the playoffs this past year. You know, he was great. So, you know, that type of player, you know, that can knock down shots and play defense.
Any words of advice or wisdom that you would give to younger kids that look up to you who want to be in your shoes one day?
You know, I've probably said it, you know, a million times, you know, throughout all my interviews, but, you know, control what you can control. You know, approach everything with a positive attitude. And, you know, there's two things that you can control. It's your attitude and your effort. You know, those are the two main things that, you know, I approach every day with. You know, it's something that Coach Samp has told me and the rest of my team. So, you know, that's something that's really stuck with me, and I think it's, you know, applicable to all areas of life.
And just throughout this summer league journey, what is it that you want to be able to prove or to demonstrate throughout your game?
I mean, it's nothing too crazy. You know, I want to show that I can contribute to winning. You know, I feel like at the end of the day, that's the goal. Every organization wants to win. So, but you need winning players to do that. So, you know, I think I have winning DNA. I think I contribute to winning. So, you know, I feel like I can do that.
Do you listen to anything before your games?
Yep, Griselda, Benny the Butcher, Conway the Machine, Westside Gun. Those are my guys. Bump them every day. Before the game, after the game, in the shower, playing the game, you know, everything. They best rap group out right now.
Well, apparently it's working because you're looking good out there at Summer League. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, man. Well, thanks for joining me on this ABC 10 special on the Sacramento Kings Summer League and being out there in Vegas and covering the team. The one thing that stuck out to me was just seeing the Kings establish and develop chemistry, camaraderie, and a connection. That was one of the things that Summer League head coach Chris Darnell had been emphasizing, is just this team growing with one another and getting to learn each teammate, their strengths, their weaknesses, and things of that sort. And I think if nothing else, the Kings definitely made strides in that throughout Summer League. Now remember, we are here 24/7 on the free ABC 10 TV streaming app. You can get your local news and weather anytime, anywhere. I'm Kevin John. Take care, and I'll see you next time.